This mistake is not having the right equipment, not knowing what equipment I needed, and really just not thinking it through. Meaning, my first saddle I bought at an auction for $300, and it was, you know, pretty much a piece of crap. It's too small for me, too small for my horse, and it was just not a good buy. So, when you're looking for a saddle, make sure it fits your horse. Make sure you have a proper pad. Um, I remember I bought this little mare and I rode in a halter and a lead rope, which I tied around her chin. Okay. And we went out with a girl, I went out with a girlfriend and we were riding to the Rio Grande, which we live in New Mexico, and we rode 2 miles down. And I didn't really know her that well. I had just purchased her maybe a few months prior to that. And I had um, thought this would be fun because I was doing natural horsemanship. And I thought, well, I had a few clinics and a few rides on her. And I thought, well, I'll just put this halter on her. No big deal, no bit. And we rode down there chatting and riding and riding and chatting. And on the way back, my girlfriend asked, hey, do you want to elope? I said, yeah, sure. So I got my do girl, my mare, prettiest little mare you've ever seen, 14-2 hands and um, sorrel with a flaxen mane and tail. And she was just gorgeous. And I didn't really think anything of it. So we broke into a lope, and all of a sudden her lope got faster. Her lope broke into a gallop. Her gallop broke into a run. And we were on a top ditch bank, the Rio Grande on one side and irrigation on another side. And it was wide enough for a truck and a trailer because we had conservancy going back and forth. So there was a lot of vehicles that would travel this, so it wasn't really wide enough. She took off into a dead run, and all I had was a halter on her and a lead rope. And I couldn't do a run, I couldn't stop her. The more I pulled, the more she pushed into pressure. And she ran. And thank God I didn't fall off her bail. I stuck with her. She ran till she stopped, which was probably 3 miles. And it would seem like forever. And my heart was pumping. And for some reason, I wasn't scared. I knew that as long as I stayed with her, she would be fine. Lesson here, big mistake. Don't ride in equipment that you aren't able to control your horse. Okay. Um, I couldn't control her in a halter, but it's not her fault. It's not a bigger bit. It's not more equipment. It's how you prepare them, which I had no idea about. I had no groundwork on her really. A couple of clinics and a few, sessions here and there about how to train her. Um, and that day was my eye awakening. So the equipment that I rode in, the saddle too small or halter and lead, or more equipment or no equipment, or, you know, you have to really understand that the equipment on your horse, whether it's less or more, has a purpose. So make sure that you educate yourself on um, and buy the best equipment you can afford. Um, and learn about your bits, what they do, the pressure in the mouth, the bars on the face, the reins that you have, whether they're thin or thick, your head stalls, everything. You want to make sure that you learn as much as you can about what kind of equipment you're putting on your horse, and make sure you know what it does and how it affects their performance and so you don't get into trouble. If they do take off, learn the one rein stop where you disengage and make sure that they stop. I had no room to stop, but she stopped on her own. And when you are on a dead run for 3 miles and have no idea where this is going to end, it wakes you up. So, big mistake. Don't ride in a halter if they're not prepared to ride in a halter. They don't give to pressure. If they don't stop, make sure that you understand how to stop your horse, how to disengage, how to do a one rein stop, and which I learned after that day.